Right Beneath Bay Club, Justin Smith here, one of your PGA teaching professionals. So here I am once again, hitting wedge shots, short game shots. The reason why I'm talking about this is because I still see some, I wouldn't say incorrect, but some setups that don't really help us, let's call it that, to produce the result that we're looking for. I've talked before about setup positions. I've talked a little bit about sort of how to do it in a sense, but I was out in the short game the other day practicing for some events coming up, and I just see some setup positions that really aren't really beneficial to what you're trying to produce. Now, what my coach has sort of trained me to do is when I walk up to a student or even myself, I want to be able to know that that golfer is going to hit a short shot or a very delicate shot, a graceful shot. What I mean by that is, if I'm walking up to a golfer and they've got a 10-yard chip or pitch and they're set up like this, I just don't know how far it's going to go. So when we come into it, we're going to use the word cozy today. So I want you to cozy up to the ball. I have this alignment right here, and I'll talk about it later, but I don't think a golfer can get close enough to a chip shot. What I mean by that is, I've been to tour events, I've caddied on tour, just anything you see on TV, they might even get within a foot of the golf ball. So what's the difference between, this look, maybe this one? So you're going to see a little more narrow stance, closer to the ball. This is going to basically challenge you on your strike by getting closer to it, but it really is going to help the club work more vertically. And we want that in the short game. We don't want to see the club go, around you in a sense. That is death. So getting around you and also dipping in the short game motion, maybe a helping motion, is going to cause some inconsistency at its finest. So something you might want to practice is get a ball here, set it up in front of the alignment rod, and basically take some practice swings with a little more narrow stance, a little bit closer, and just kind of watch that club go back on that line. For most, it's probably going to feel outside. It's probably going to feel really up. I get it, but change is change, and I think we're always looking to find that sort of trigger in a sense, or that aha moment. But let this club work a little bit more sort of up and down and vertical. I use an alignment right here. You can use a string. You can use a golf club. You use whatever you like. But I want you to get your setup clean, because if we don't build our car correctly, the car doesn't run correctly. I think that's very important to be mindful of, because I've talked about setup on the full swing. I've talked about setup in the short game. Talked a little bit about setup in putting. And as you can tell, I think it's very, very important. So I was at a golf tournament a few weeks ago on the East Coast, and I probably didn't see one golfer that was too far away from the golf ball on a short game shot. Maybe a little bit in the bunker or like a higher shot out of the rough. But we're trying to cozy up closer to this to help us ensure good contact and rotation there. So if you have any questions regarding your short game or any other issues that might come about playing golf or just in your golf swing, please feel free to reach out to me. I'd be happy to help you. Have a blessed day.